I was not someone that knew as a child that I wanted to be an architect. I had never been exposed to it. I have a strong interest in art and math, and I think that, people often hear that and will say, well, you should be an architect. After grad school, I attended at WashU in St. Louis, and my husband and I just applied at a number of different locations. Upon visiting Pittsburgh, there was so much energy and so much excitement about the opportunities here that I really wanted to be a part of that, but have always just remained here and been engaged with the region and really trying to have an impact on the built environment in our community. I think that the biggest impact for me in the Leadership Institute was bringing ourselves back to what our purpose is. But I think what's most important is that, defining a purpose. And when I now am looking at the people I'm working with and my colleagues and looking at them as future leaders, I do think that just that opportunity to sit and really see where your passions are and kind of exercise that outside of your project work. We are having to bring ingenuity to all of our projects to bring that level of design, even when the budget doesn't allow it. So we are looking to our current advantages of digital fabrication and technology to our advantage to bring some of that texture back to our project. So it's that kind of ingenuity that is important for us to bring, not to all of our projects, but especially affordable housing, where you won't typically see that type of detailing in. To walk into your building and be proud of the building that you're living in, but also that how you experience a city, how you experience a street has such an impact on our lives that we just don't even realize. During the Blueprint for Better initiative that I was doing with Michelle and Jeff Murray, we talk a lot about how we instinctively take in and process information. 90% of that is visual, that we wanted better for our cities, and we wanted to reach out more to the greater public about how to engage with their CDCs or developers or anything that's being proposed to make sure that they are getting good design. My very first project was the East Liberty Library just down the street from us. And it was right in the beginnings of the paradigm of libraries are so much more than books. And it's really the only true last free amenity that we have. Anyone can walk into a library, and it's just an amazing resource and really keeps communities resilient. Now, the intersection of design and libraries is so important because it needs to be a welcoming space, a place where anyone feels like they can come in and engage with the librarians. And that gets back to kind of the dignity in design that all spaces need to be thoughtfully designed to really reflect what we think our community means to us, as well as just to be able to provide the important space to gather or reflect or retreat. The trajectory is incredibly exciting. There's so much opportunity still. I've been here for almost 20 years, and I came here because of that opportunity, and it still is there. I'm very excited about what lies ahead. It's easy to get down about that and make this a job, but the passion really needs to continue and continue to be pushed. It is easy to go from that academic world where you get to experiment and play and really kind of push the boundaries of what architecture can be into the real world where we are dealing with the constraints of budget and regulatory and whatever it may be. I think we've taken on the mindset of let's just keep moving forward until it becomes an issue. There's just been way too much of this bumpy road that we're on of what it is or what it isn't, and not to react too quickly because it's changing daily. I think also the regulatory hurdles in Pittsburgh continue to be incredibly challenging. We can still do it well and do it right, but making it easier to develop here, making that process much more smooth. Other cities are doing it, so I know it's possible. I think that's where the challenge lies, is finding those advocates, allowing opportunities to convene all the voices, and not just our own voices, but that it's a cross-section of the city, of those that are impacting our city the greatest, and the built environment is 100% important in that, and so that we're part of those conversations, that not only are we at the table, but we're creating the table and creating that opportunity to gather those voices, and connecting architects to that broader civic dialogue.